Oh, that was pretty good.
Welcome back again to some Lord Sports Podcast. We have some great news to start off with today.
I am
They,
unaware.
I should be bowed to the two-time champion of the Lord's Family
Ah.
League. Let's go. There was doubt.
Yes.
There was doubt, but
please.
that
So
nice
tell
beautiful
us,
trophy will stay here again.
tell us why
Um,
there were doubts.
There was doubts because I lost like the first 3 games again this year.
You started the season 1-4.
1-4, came back and won 10-7. Let's go. Let's go. It's all that matters. The win is all that matters in the Lord's Family League.
That
Okay.
it is true.
So-
I barely snuck in on the skin of my ass, and
Mhm.
I got humiliated in the first week. It wasn't close either. I think I lost by like 80 points.
Dang. And
My team just gave up.
maybe Monsieur Justin should take some notes.
Shout out Justin from YOLO. YOLO, you scored too low. Maybe next year try to pick it up.
Maybe next year you'll be closer.
I doubt it though, because next
I doubt
year
it too.
I have a different drafting strategy.
Oh, okay.
I'm not picking players I like. I'm picking players I need.
Yes. Let's go.
No
He
longer.
won't be picking DJ Moore. I can tell you.
Well, hold on. If they hire Ben Johnson, I am taking DJ
if they
Moore.
hire an offensive line.
Well, that too. But most of the time, offensive coordinators can fix the O line.
Yeah.
So hopefully
we'll see what happens.
Or if the Bears get Liam Cohen, I might draft him too.
Take my coach, huh?
As far as I'm concerned, he's gonna stay. So you guys have him for another year.
I think he's gonna stay.
Why wouldn't you?
But
wait for a better job? There's no.
Don't be going
jobs.
to the Bears.
It's not a good job.
I mean, there's
It's
so
really-
many
it's
head
not.
coaching jobs out there right now, though.
Yes.
I mean,
If you want to listen, you want to go to Chicago, that's fine. You also have to go up against a 15-win Lions team twice a year, a 14 wins Viking team twice a year, a 13-win Packer team twice a year.
but they can
You
keep
could-
those teams up though.
you could win 11 games in that division and not make the playoffs.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Why would you want to go there?
But can those teams win when it matters?
Well, I'll tell you what,
That's what it's gonna come down to.
they can at least win
Yeah, they can win during season.
during the season, which is half the battle, people.
Yes.
I did see that the Bears were interested in trading draft capital for a established coach already on a team. A Super Bowl winning coach. A coach on the opposite side of the ball that I would like. A coach by the name of, if you are wondering, a little Mike Tomlin. A culture setter.
I don't know if that's gonna happen.
A tough guy. Well, listen here.
I'd like to see it.
Listen
I
here.
wouldn't mind.
If you worked for an organization for 15, 16 years, and 7 of the 15 years that you coached there, they have refused to address the most important position on the team,
Quarterback.
wouldn't you want to fucking leave too?
Hey, I get it.
I'd leave. I'd be like, if you're telling me my quarterback room is Mason Rudolph and Jared Stidham or whoever the fuck they had, or Sussy Russie and Justin Fields, you ain't winning games, bro.
I mean, they're
You're
still
winning
not doing
games.
bad, but like
They have
you fix that quarterback.
You fix the quarter. You get a quarterback. It fixes literally everything. They have not won a playoff game in almost 10 years, and that's because they've had a declining Big Ben, which, by the way, got drafted in like 2004. By 2015-16, he was shot. Not good anymore. And then from there on, they've had Mason Rudolph. I'm trying to think of the other clowns they had. I can't even think. That's how bad they were. Kenny Pickett, Mitchell Trubisky. Shout out Trubisky. Mitchell Trubisky, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields. Like, why not just go get traded, start new, build the culture again? You already have a young ascending stud of a quarterback. Mike Tomlin, you could save this organization. Unfortunately, nobody wants to go there. So we'll see. And it looks like Todd Bowles is safe for another season.
Yep.
Todd Bowles will be brought back, and it's you can't get rid of him.
You can't.
You've won the division 3 times now.
Yeah.
Granted, are they good? You know, are they
Whatever.
pretty? Are they
It
pretty?
works.
No, it does work.
Hey,
though.
we got 10 wins this year. We had 9 last year.
Yes.
So
maybe next year you'll get 11.
I think we would have had more if we were healthy the whole year.
You would have had more if Koo didn't make that game-winning field goal in overtime. There was another game that you guys lost close to. I don't remember which one it was.
The Broncos game.
The Broncos game. You had no business losing to the Broncos. And you lost to them by a large margin, too. That was like the Saints game of 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Turn the TV on, and you're like, Tampa Bay's down 30 points? To who? The team.
Me and Milo went to that game.
It's tough. I think it's just whenever you and Milo go to games, it's...
No, we beat the Falcons when we went to the Falcons game. Let's go.
Anyhow, we are going to preview college football, and we're going to preview the NFL playoffs. We're just going to go through a quick who we think is going to win.
A little quick bracket.
A little bracketology. So I'd say let's just go with college first because those games are going to be upcoming first. First game, we have number 7, Notre Dame versus number 6, Penn State. Notre Dame is favored by 1.5 points.
Let's go. In my actual bracket, I have Penn State, but in my brain, I have Notre Dame.
You have I see what you did there. That's actually pretty good. You have Notre Dame. You're gonna take
in
Notre
my
Dame
actual bracket. I have Penn State, but I'm going Notre Dame.
Let's go with your gut feeling now.
Notre Dame.
You're gonna go with Notre Dame.
Yep, Notre Dame. You ain't feeling it.
I've just been seeing too much steam and hype on the Penn State to just walk away. Drew Aller's been balling out, and they have like the number 1 tight end.
Notre Dame.
I think I am gonna take Penn State.
Damn.
And I picked them to win, so they will lose. We all know this. I do think they just slightly have more NFL players.
All right.
And James Franklin has much more experience in these positions and spots.
I like what he says because that's what you said about Clemson and
Clemson yes, that's true.
So I'm okay
odds are Riley Leonard is just gonna run for 100 yards.
Yeah,
and for some
realistically,
reason,
2 touchdowns, 100 yards. Yeah,
it's gonna happen. So, but I still like Penn State. I don't know why. I think it'd be cool to have the national championship be a Big Ten rematch because then it'd be kind of like the SEC and everyone down south. Though we live down south, I'm just tired of how the SEC is so entitled and they're the greatest and we're the best, and it's like you're not though. You're not. You used to be. You might have been before. It's the Big Ten now. Though, if you don't look at the top 5 teams in the Big Ten, they're all very bad, mediocre. But we're very top heavy, Gigantor. Gorlock is their name. Next game we have Texas versus Ohio State. I know Ohio State's winning. Favored, and they're favored by 6 points.
Yeah, I feel like it should be more.
It should be. You're talking about Texas.
Yeah, I feel like
Texas made with the same roster made the quarterfinals last year when Ohio State could.
I have Ohio State.
I have Ohio State by 1 million. The only chance Texas has of winning this game, and people aren't gonna like this. Some people will, some people won't. You have to bench Quinn Ewers because he is god awful. He is so bad, and you might as well put old Archie Manning in there and let him rip it and just get a feel for a nice playoff win or a playoff game if he loses. That way, going into next year, he already knows the environment. Yeah. He kind of knows what it feels like, and he's ready. Quinn Ewers is awful, and I guarantee you, he doesn't get taken anything below the 5th round. Yeah. He's so bad. So, and I'm just going on the quarterback duel here. Will Howard, though, probably a 3rd rounder. is going to. Yes, I understand Texas has a good defensive interior line. I think Ohio State, if they play like they did last week, it ain't gonna be close. It'll be probably worse. That's how I feel about it.
Mm.
So, with that being said,
Ohio State.
my Big Ten, what my championship game looks like to be Ohio State, Penn State, Big Ten matchup.
Let's go. I am Ohio State, Notre Dame.
We will be watching. We'll be watching the game tomorrow.
Let's go.
At least I will be.
Yep, I will also be watching the game. Notre Dame all the way.
I once again I don't have a dog in the fight. I wouldn't mind Notre Dame winning.
Yep.
I can't remember the last time Notre Dame won. I really don't. I can't think of it. It's been a long time.
Yes.
But it's the same for like Penn State.
Which is why my next bracket will be awesome.
Oh Lord!
He already knows.
I really
I've been thinking and I've come to the conclusion of what the Super Bowl is.
Okay. Well, we're gonna move on to the NFL then.
Let's
because
go.
I'm rather excited to see
how downsy my bracket is.
I know there's one game that I'm going to pick. I only have one real underdog winning. Now I'm gonna pick an underdog that to me is not an underdog, but there's an underdog that is an absolute underdog.
I got two.
And I think they have a chance to win. So you go off, you just go game by game, and you'll take.
We'll start
your
NFC
pick
first,
and then I'll give you my pick right after. So
game
one?
We'll start Eagles, Green Bay.
Ooh,
I got Green Bay going.
Oh well, now in the context, people, we gotta look at the context. Is Jalen Hurts gonna play? If Jalen Hurts plays, I'm taking Philadelphia. If he doesn't play, if he's still in concussion protocol,
I think he's questionable right
now. Yeah, he wasn't cleared as of 2 days
ago.
So, honestly though, Christian Watson's out. Jordan Love
losing to the Bears the way they did though.
Yes, but Jordan Love also injured his elbow. That's why they won. He didn't check out of the game because they didn't want to hurt people. And the same series, Christian Watson tore his ACL and Jordan Love fudged up his elbow, his throwing arm. I'm taking the Eagles. Right. Give me the Eagles.
All right.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
They're the number 2 seed.
They are. That's what I'm saying. They have the best roster, probably hands up top to bottom. Top 2 offensive line, best running back, top 3 wide receiving core. They have a stud of a defense, best defensive coordinator. It's hard to not pick them.
Yeah.
I don't like Sirianni. I think he's kind of a brat. And Matt LaFleur is a more well-established coach. But this team is 2 years removed from a Super Bowl. And they're playing much better this year than they did last year when they went to Tampa Bay and got that shit kicked out of them in the playoffs. So
and then they got beat out of them this year too.
Yes, they did. But you gotta remember, they lost that game and won 10 in a row.
Yeah.
So you guys fueled the fire.
Yep.
So I'm gonna take Philly in that one.
All right. Next one is Tampa, Washington.
Oh,
I'm going Tampa.
I'm going Tampa too.
Let's
go. That's not to say that Washington can't win.
Sorry, Jaden Daniels, you ain't doing it this game.
Well, listen,
we whooped you last game.
Well, hold on, you'll whoop the rookie week 1. Everybody does that. All I'm gonna say is it's hard to beat a team twice.
Yes,
it's hard to beat them twice.
We consistently beat the same teams and consistently lose to the same teams.
It's true. I would take a well-established Baker Mayfield.
Yes.
In the playoffs. I like Liam Cohen, Mike Evans, and I feel like the Mike Evans. By the way, shout out Mike Evans! Congratulations on getting your 11
in a row.
Let's
go
Hall of Fame.
Let's go
Hall of Famer.
One more year.
With that being said, I think that because of that, and you guys getting Mike Evans, that I'm almost certain now that is also going to fuel you guys into this week. And I think it's going to catapult you. You guys are pumped. I have my Buccaneers jersey from Burlington Coat Factory.
Let's go.
who
That
pressed
creamsicle.
The creamsicle
Eh.
ready to roll for Sunday.
Let's go.
And we're going to be cheering loud. We're
Yep.
going to be screaming. And what time do they play? Do we remember?
4:25.
Ooh, that's a perfect fucking game.
Yep. Let's
Perfect
go.
time for a game. Let's go. I got Tampa
Yep.
as well. Sorry, Commanders.
Yep.
I'm not even
Then we
sorry.
got Rams Vikings. I actually have the Vikings this one. Sorry, Los
Okay.
Angeles. You're struggling right now.
Yes,
but
they are.
You're struggling.
I
Sorry,
also-
guys, but I have the Vikings.
I also can't unsee last week's game against Detroit. I get it. You went into Detroit, but against a team that has 13 players on the defense on IR, you couldn't. Sam Darnold looked like the New York Jets Sam Darnold, overthrowing passes, throwing interceptions. Once again, I'm going to lean towards Sean McVay, and I'm taking the Rams.
Okay.
And by the way, you're in Los Angeles. You're not in Minnesota.
Okay.
So you're already on the road, and this is Darnold's first playoff game, and he's been in the league as long as Josh Allen.
I don't know.
As long as he doesn't have a stinker like he did against Detroit, I think they'll be fine.
Yep.
If he plays like that,
Oh yeah, he's not going to do that twice in a row. I don't think. You never know though. So
and they already lost to him
yeah.
this year, so maybe they'll get revenge and
Yep.
win. Also, Darnold is kind of playing for a contract. Are they going to re-sign him? Are they going to tag him? So
I mean,
maybe
with
Darnold.
how he's been playing, I bet they re-sign him anyways.
Not if you blow that stinker against Detroit. You don't get the first round bye, and then you blow a stinker in LA. It's tough. It's tough because Kevin O'Connell has proven to us that he can win with anybody. He won 14 games with the old Kirky.
With old Kirky.
And that he goes to fucking Atlanta and gets benched. He's so bad.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I would lean Rams. I'm leaning the Rams.
Yep.
I might change my mind before I place bets.
Next one is Bills Broncos. I have the Bills.
Now, see, this is gonna be the one. Yep, this is the one I was talking about. This is tough. This is tough because the Broncos are on a heater.
But then it's Josh Allen in the playoffs.
Yes, which we all know to be a 300 yards and 5 passing touchdowns. We know. With that being said, Bo Nix looks pretty fucking nice. And they also have Sean Payton, who's won a Super Bowl, many playoff games.
Again,
I think
he hasn't played in the playoffs yet.
That is true. I'm gonna go with.
Different.
I'll go with the Bills as well.
Let's go.
But do not be mistaken when my heart tells you the Broncos are gonna win that game somehow, some way. But I'll take the Bills as well. And that's tough too because they got to play in Buffalo, and it's gonna be cold and snowy.
Yeah.
Which, to Denver's credit, they play in the snow too, so it's not like it's new. But Buffalo snow, it just looks different.
Yeah.
It looks
cold,
miserable.
It looks like you about to go see some penguins waddling around.
Yeah. I would not want to play there.
No.
If I was a free agent or if I was a rookie getting drafted,
don't pick me up, guys.
I'm
sorry.
This is the Buffalo Bills. Nope. And I'm hanging that phone up. It's way too cold. So yeah, I'll take the Bills as well. That's a tough one. It's not, in hindsight, it's not a tough one. The Bills should crush the Broncos.
Yep.
But
you never know.
Sean Payton, I don't know. Maybe they can figure it out.
Next one, we got Ravens Steelers.
Ravens by 50.
Ravens
by 60.
Sorry, neighbors, but the Steelers ain't making it past round one.
They do. And that's why, like I said earlier, like people can crap on Mike Tomlin. Bailey, my friend from the beach, was like, I'll gladly send you Mike Tomlin. Like, if you guys got like a top 15 quarterback at some point, it wouldn't be so bad.
No,
but
y'all are winning more games.
You would. Like, Mike Tomlin is a great coach. And he just has shitty fucking quarterbacks the last 10 years.
Yep.
Now,
and it's not even just that. Like, these quarterbacks, like you watch the average throwing, like how long it takes them to release the ball, and you'll see
Huh.
some of them 4 seconds, and
4 or
that's a
5 seconds.
long
That's a
time with the
very
ball.
long
That means
time.
your O line is awesome. I think they got like the number 11 O line or something
Which
like
is
that. Like
not bad at all.
that's not bad at
It's not
all.
bad. That's a
Guess
lot
what?
of that's Arthur Smith.
Caleb
though.
Williams with the 11 overall O line, bro. Okay, so
Lord,
there was a stat that I was reading.
Lord.
Jaden Daniels had 15 touchdowns this year.
Mhm.
Caleb Williams has 14, something like that. 13 or 14
Passing.
passing
Caleb
touchdowns.
had 20.
Caleb had 20. Whatever. Okay. So Caleb has 3,200 yards, something like that.
Yeah, 3,400.
3,400. Jaden Daniels has 3,500. Look at the offensive line difference, though.
And look at the offensive coordinator.
Jaden Daniels has thrown like 10 interceptions. I think Caleb has 6 or 7. Yeah, something like that.
Very small.
Yeah, like
It gives off Aaron
with no O line.
Well, with no line and next gen stats, thank
Yep.
you to PFF,
And no
has
consistent
told us
coaching. I mean,
if
consistent coaching. I
the
feel
Bears
like
had a chance to go get Cliff Kingsbury, and they said, "No, we'll go with the guy nobody wants." And it's like Cliff Kingsbury was Caleb's offensive coordinator in college, where he won Heisman. Like, why wouldn't you just fucking hire the dude? Is he a great head coach? No. Is he a great coordinator? Yeah. So, with that being said, there was a stat that came out. The Bears gave up the third most rushed rushed attacks by blitzes ever in the history of football, people. Ever. We're talking 32 teams over 100+ year span, and they had the third worst starting fucking offensive line of all time. They also had the cheapest offensive line of all time, by the way.
That's so crazy.
Insane. And they want to keep the GM too, so fuck me, that's fine. Anyhow, I'll continue.
Then we got
Oh yeah.
Texans Chargers.
See, I'm not going Texas with that.
Dude,
They look awful.
I'm going Texans this one.
Why? I mean,
just because.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
I mean, Herbie's been doing pretty good though.
Herbie Hancock has been.
He's
been missling.
Yeah.
He has been.
I mean, honestly, missling. Either way on this game, I feel like it doesn't matter because the next game they're getting smoked.
By the Ravens? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know that because the Chargers only lost to the Ravens by 3, and that was when Justin Herbert had like a rolled ankle or whatever the fuck he was dealing with.
Yeah, but I think Lamar was out that game too, wasn't he? I thought that was
Lamar didn't miss a game all year. He's been on a heater. No, I'm not taking that. Take the Texans, please. I know they're home. They're like they got the home game.
Yep.
They since losing Tank Dell, they look awful. And they barely won the AFC South, which is like even worse than the NFC South. So I think CJ Stroud has regressed. Maybe he just had a sensational rookie year and he's having a sophomore slump. But if you put CJ Stroud's numbers up, CJ Stroud with the Texans, a good as of 1 year ago, a decent organization with a good head coach and a good surrounding. If you put his numbers up with Caleb Williams' numbers, Caleb had statistically a far better year. More passing yards, a better completion, more touchdowns, less interceptions. Just unfortunately, he
didn't do the greatest. Yeah.
So no,
Next one we got.
I'm not taking the Texans. Good for you. That's a tough
Green
one.
Bay and Detroit.
You would have Green Bay and Detroit.
I got Detroit.
I would have Philly and Detroit, and I would have to go Detroit. Yep. Now I know in the beginning of the year I said I was going to take the Lions to win it.
I don't.
It's hard. It's hard for me to look past all the injuries. With that being said, Dan Campbell, when he gets knocked down, he's biting your fucking kneecaps, people. And I like that. And I like that.
The whole interview with that.
I love it. Every sports media member, whether it was Colin Cowherd, Stephen A. Smith, all of them were like, that's the guy you hired,
Yeah.
the meathead.
That's awesome.
4 years into it, and everyone's like, "That's the fucking best coach in the league." Like, oh no shit. If I heard my coach is like, "We're gonna bite your fucking kneecaps," I'm like, "Hell yeah!" Like, let's go, man.
We need him.
We need him. I'm taking the Lions too.
Yeah.
It'll be close. Once again, depending on if Jalen is playing or not, I
Mhm.
think it'll be close. But it's also tough because obviously Philly's got the better roster. Saquon, it'll be a good
Yeah,
running back battle.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be a good running back
Yeah.
game. Yeah, give me the Lions. Why not?
But I don't think Montgomery's back yet either, though.
He'll be back for that round.
Oh, let's
He
go.
said he's supposed to be back divisional round.
Yeah, I think. Okay, so for the next game, I have Bucks Vikings. You have Bucks Rams.
Tampa.
Bay.
Bay.
And not only that, I think Godwin will be back that week too. They said he might be back the second round.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Well, I
don't think so, but I hope so.
I hope so. In the case of his foot is not broken anymore.
It's not broke. He dislocated. So it's that.
I remember watching.
I mean, he's been out for 3 months, 4 months now, 3 months now.
I've never dislocated a leg, so I don't know.
I don't know either. You sure shredded it up.
I'm not gonna show you guys, but I ripped my leg with a power washer.
Oh,
and this thing is nice.
It's so gnarly.
I'm taking the Bucks in that too.
I'm taking the Bucks.
I'm taking the Bucks. I think it's not out of the realms of possibilities that the Bucks lose their first playoff game.
Yes.
Or make it to the NFC Championship game.
Yep.
You can have both of them.
Yep.
I think it's possible.
Yep. The next one I have, and you have, I guess, the Bills and the Chiefs. And this one is interesting, but I actually have the Bills beating the Chiefs. And yes, I know it's Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, but for some reason, I'm feeling the Bills.
They call it the Arrowhead Invitational for a reason. You got to remember, I could see, and to your point, when we were growing up, at some point,
you gotta fail.
Well, no. At some point, Peyton Manning was going to beat Tom Brady. He was going to do it.
Yep.
It just took a very long time.
Very long time.
Very long time.
But
so, with that being said, I'm taking the Chiefs.
Most people are.
I'm going for the. I'm not going for. I want them to win. I want them to get to 3-peat. It's never happened. New age. Why not? Why not? They got the coach. They got the defense. They got D-Hop. I mean, it'd be cool for D-Hop to get a ring.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm really gonna disappoint you for the rest of this.
Oh no. You're gonna be sus for us.
All right. We got Ravens Texans on the next one. I have the Ravens. And you have Ravens Chargers.
Yeah.
I'm
taking
Ravens.
I'm taking the Chargers.
Oh damn.
I think Mr. Jim Harbaugh gets a revenge game against his brother.
Okay.
He will think back to the Super Bowl he lost to him and go, not this time, motherfucker. He's coming off of a national championship in college. Why not just fucking win a game and make it to the AFC Championship game? Which, by the way, this team last year with the same roster was the worst defense in the league, and they finished the season the #1 defense.
Okay.
And you're gonna tell me Jim Harbaugh's not, after already playing Lamar, he's not gonna have something cooked up?
I just thought of something crazy too after that.
Go ahead.
After this. Okay, so we'll finish this and then I'll say it at the championship.
Okay.
So next one we got Lions Bucks.
Yeah.
I have the Bucks because the Lions for some reason can't beat the Bucks. That's one consistent game that we keep winning is against the Lions. So I'm taking we beat them like the last 5 years in a row, I feel like. I think it's the last 5 years.
You've beat them quite a bit.
Quite a bit.
Other than in the playoffs.
I'm just saying. I mean,
you didn't beat them in the playoffs.
Not last year.
You were one bad pick away from winning.
Yeah, and I think this year it'll be the Bucks this year, and it'll be interesting why on the next round.
It's not out of the realms of possibilities, people, to think the Bucks can make the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And again, to bring back your point, the injuries that the Lions have. I mean, and if we do have Godwin, and if he is healthy, good luck, Lions. That's how I feel. Let's
I
go.
love Baker. I love Mike Evans,
Mhm.
Bucky Irving, Vita Vey,
Little Levante
Levante
David,
David.
little Rashad White,
I don't love
little
Rashawn White.
Zion McCollum.
I like
Been
McCollum.
kicking it off this year.
What's number 15 receiver guy?
Ooh, little
Played for Washington.
I got a blank now.
Dang,
Whatever.
not Mulligan.
McCollum.
McCollum.
Yes.
I love McCollum.
Little McCollum.
I also love Ben Johnson and Eric Glenmore. I will be taking the Lions to represent the NFC. I think if you really believe the NFL is scripted, this is the year the Lions are gonna make it. So
they ain't making it.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So the
if they
next
don't.
one I have is Bills and Ravens. I have the Ravens beating the Bills, but now that I'm thinking about it, this is it. And you brought the scripted part up. Wouldn't it be interesting if Kansas City and the Buccaneers made it again, but this time instead of Tom Brady beating Patrick Mahomes, it would be Baker Mayfield beating Patrick Mahomes.
I don't think
Patrick Mahomes not being able to beat the Bucks in the Super Bowl. Let's go.
Unless you're a Falcons fan or a Saint fan, I don't think there's a fan base in America that would be like, "Oh, I would hate for the Bucks to win the Super Bowl."
Oh, everybody would want them to win. Let's go.
Now, hear me out. I did pick the Chargers to beat the Ravens. That's fine. I just want to throw a little nugget in there. Here's something to think about. I saw this on the Twitter sphere today. Every 12 years, the Ravens win a Super Bowl.
Is this year 12?
In the year 2000, they won a Super Bowl.
Oh, damn.
In the season 2012, Jacoby Ford ran that 100 and some yard punt return back. They won. In the season of 2024, maybe.
But if it's every 12 years and they won in 2020 or 2000, you said, right?
Yes, but the season starts in 2024. Oh. Just the Super Bowl is at the tail end.
12 years. They didn't.
So 2012, 2024.
Okay.
I know my motherfucking
I don't know
math.
my math, obviously.
You are a manager at a firm. You should know these things. Anyhow, so I had the Chargers, Chiefs. I obviously am taking the Chiefs only because I think they're gonna get the 3P. If people really think the NFL is scripted, and I've seen a lot of like the Chiefs not having shit for calls and they getting all this yada yada, that's fine. Might as well put them in. So give me the Chiefs.
All right. I had the Ravens beating the Bills. Little completely different than yours. Then I have Ravens Bucks in the Super Bowl.
I would
crazy.
I would love the Ravens Bucks in the Super Bowl.
Dude, that'd be so awesome.
I think America would rejoice.
Yes.
If we didn't have to see the Chiefs again.
Yep. And I mean, that would be such a cool Super Bowl. But
I don't think you
we'll
see.
We'll see.
Them, but like we'll see.
But I would also like to see Kansas City and Bucks again, and I would love to see the Bucks.
I would as well.
Again.
I think enough time has passed with the Chiefs where everyone feels the way they do about the Chiefs as we did about the Patriots.
Yes.
Now it's like I hope they get the 3-peat, and then I hope we never see them again.
I'm okay if we never see them again.
Yeah, I hope we go 5 years without seeing them. Kind of like we did with the Patriots. We went like 7 years without seeing them in the Super Bowl. So I hope that happens. It would be nice. Probably won't happen. I bet you it's gonna be Chiefs Lions, which was my beginning of the year predictions. And I did have the Lions. I had the Lions winning.
I'll have to look at mine. I don't remember.
And I'm going to stick to that. I think the Lions win it with a depleted defensive backfield and 30 guys on the fucking IR. But but they have two coordinators both offense and defense, that are like top 3 in all of the league. I think you can coach around a lot of that. They went and plugged in a bunch of C and B players. They're rotating people. Obviously, I mean, it's not a brag that you made Sam Darnold look bad, but he's been on a 3-month heater. And you made a 14 win Vikings team look like doo doo, and you won 31-9. I think it's possible. I like Dan Campbell. I think it's gonna happen. I think the
Alright.
city of Detroit deserves a Super Bowl. They'll be putting statues everywhere. People will talk about this team forever, and it would just be nice to see the Chiefs, because I think we're all kind of sick of them.
So who do you think is gonna win the Super Bowl then between the Chiefs and Lions?
Lions.
Lions. Oh,
Lions all day.
okay. Let's go.
And I, you know, kind of depends. Is Dan Campbell gonna kick a field goal? Is he gonna go for it on 4th down every 4th down he has? You know,
Sounds
those
like
are
a thing I would do
those-
in Madden.
he coaches like he plays Madden, and it's like at sometimes it's like, yeah, just go for it, man. Other times it's like, dude, just take the fucking points, bro. Oh, you're gonna get stuffed at the line. All right, well, kind of how I play,
Crazy.
stuffed at the line. Anyhow, thank you guys for listening.
Till next time.
Till next time, we'll get you guys next week. Please follow us, hit us up,
Like, subscribe.
subscribe. Lord Sports on all across platforms.
Let's go.
We're gonna end up learning, not this week because work has just been hell for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Either A, we're gonna learn how to like put the cool photos up in the video, or
Let's
B,
go.
we're
B.
gonna fucking pay someone.
B.
I
Oh.
like B because
I like B also.
it'll look much nicer.
Let's
Anyhow,
go.
till next week.
Let's go.
Thank you guys. Woo.